Don't at me, idiot! Jesus Christ! Oh, I love it!
Been over, nice big fish. Big yellow chain.
So?
Good job. Beautiful, nice fish. Redbird was among many great volunteers who released over 6,000 white sea bass yesterday in the Channel Islands.
Getting ready to release white sea bass on the Gentleman. We'll load them up from this pen. Loading process. We'll transfer them with these buckets into the Gentleman's.
The Gentleman operates out of Cisco Sport Fishing in Oxnard, and these great volunteers took 3,000 of these juvenile white sea bass and released them just up the coast about 3 miles. The other 3,000 they released inside the harbor, and now they're going to try to determine which group survives the best so they can better do this in the future. These great volunteers deserve our recognition and our thanks for making our fishing and our oceans so much better and so much healthier. Thank you so very much. Miss the next Freedman Adventure surf fishing adventure right down there, Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway. It is going to be Saturday morning, 6 a.m. on July the 5th, the day after the 4th of July. Come dressed in your USA garb, and let's have a great morning fishing down there. Fishing's really good right now. The fish are biting. The tide is right, and it should be an absolutely great morning. We'll be waiting for you right down there, Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway at 6 a.m. on Saturday, July the 5th. We'll see you there. Please don't forget to support the Freedman Adventurers family members who make this all possible, like the taxman, Tim Marquez, and your garage door man, Joe Welker, who does a great job and gets rave reviews here at Freedman Adventures. Heating and or air conditioning needs, it's our dear friend, John Lopez, and also the Island Spirit, Ventura Sport Fishing. You can't beat it. Chris Isaac and the El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing, www.longbeachsportfishing.org.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast. Your Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. They'll tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Freedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing, morning briefing.
Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. This lovely Wednesday morning as we move up on America's birthday, the 4th of July, right around the corner now. And man, you talk about fireworks, the fishing is fantastic here in Southern California. Great fishing for bluefin tuna and a really good signal during the daytime right now. That is looking excellent, but some conking going on at night Our dear friend Jolene Thompson just finished up a great trip on board the Pacific Voyager. We'll tell you all about that, including several other incredible scores. Also, 120 white sea bass on a single trip. Oh my God, that Channel Island Bight, can it get any better than it is? It is beautifully tranquil down here at daybreak. You can't ask for a more lovely morning. And the Tootsie Report for you all. That water feels a little cooler, but not too bad. Let me feel that. Oh no, it's still nice and warm. A little bit cooler maybe than it has been. And we have seen our bass bite locally kind of tail off a little bit. Hopefully that is a temporary situation. And overall, it is still really good. We have our big day Saturday down there on Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway. We're going to have our surf fishing day. And guess what? You don't need a fishing license. It's a free fishing license day. When you can fish without a license for one day, don't worry about a thing. Just come down. It's a perfect time to introduce someone new to the great sport of surf fishing. We'll be right here doing that. That is July the 5th, right there at Anderson and Pacific Coast Highway, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And I got to thank you all for the millions. I don't know if we've ever done this before. Millions of views. Yesterday on July the 1st, we were pushing 4 million views. One day. I don't think we've ever done that before here at Friedman Adventures. I owe that all to you. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God, is that good? And is it great to be with you all? Hit that like button. We deeply appreciate your great support, the millions of views that we had yesterday. Also, subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that rotten, filthy, disgusting little bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. And also, don't forget, you can follow us over there on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. It is so great to be with you all as we are seeing absolutely tremendous fishing. Let's get started in Mexico. We'll take it down to Cedros Island, where that yellowtail bite is not what it has been in previous years. You can still go down there and catch some yellowtail, but it's not that wide open, crazy bite. We're filling in with really good calico bass fishing, a variety of other species, still some nice halibut around, some nice white sea bass. We've seen some pretty darn good fishing, but the yellowtail bite, I mean, the voracious, wide open yellowtail bite is absent right now. So hopefully that's going to get going here very, very soon. We'll keep our eyes on Cedros and other areas. Good morning, boys.
Morning.
What's going on? Can I say good morning to you guys?
Of course you can, bro. What's up? Good morning.
Thank you so much. Where are you headed? You guys are going over here?
Yeah, we're just going to fish.
All right, catch some fish, man.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you
this
guys.
morning?
I'm doing a podcast for Friedman Adventures on YouTube. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I wish you guys, hey, if you're still, well, you'll be fishing, but man, say hi to everybody for sure. All right, you made the cut. You're on.
Yeah.
Thanks, boys. Good luck. All right, couple of nice young men going by there. That is awesome. Hopefully they have a good day. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in the Bay of LA. Good fishing down there for yellowtail, the Bahia de Los Angeles, 460 miles down below the border, where you will find some awesome fishing on the yellowtail right now and so much life. It's incredible. Down in Ensenada, we had a bluefin tuna the other day. There's fish close to home. We are in the zone now. Ensenada pongas and boats can reach this bluefin tuna, and it is biting in the daytime. Also mixed up with that now closer to home, we've got nice warm water in the bay. Some yellows being taken almost every day now. Barracuda, calico, and sand bass fishing has been phenomenal. So it's been really, really excellent. I'm loving what we're seeing down there in Ensenada. Good mixed bag fishing, no doubt about that. Don't forget, if you want to jump on the Island Spirit, she runs out of Ventura Sport Fishing, and you can jump on board the next several days, every day for that matter. Daniel Hadaway is out fishing halibut today. We'll get a report a little bit later from him and see how he does. But if you'd like to jump on the Island Spirit, 805-676-3474, or you can go to www.venturasportfishing.com. Bluefin tuna fishing, can it get any better than it is right now. Phenomenal fishing going on. And I was so happy to see Jolene Thompson, who happens to be one heck of an angler and even a better human being, if that is possible. She is absolutely fantastic. Israel de la Cruz also on that trip on the Pacific Voyager, and it was a good one. Let me tell you, tremendous fishing. They had 60 bluefin tuna, 35 of the fish on board the Pacific Voyager on Jolene's trip, 100 to 150 pounds. They had some daytime bluefin tuna. They had 4 nice big yellows off the kelp. Really great fishing for the boats out of San Diego on the bluefin tuna. The fish are biting a variety of jigs at night. Sometimes it's the Eddie bombs, but a lot of times it's been like the HDs by West Coast jiggers, like the 240 to 300 gram range have been really, really hot. Daiwa SK lures have been super effective. Tatty lures. There's a wide variety of jigs that are working. Our buddy Jeff Lingle, tremendous source of Friedman Adventures. He's out running a yacht. Limits of bluefin tuna. He's had best fishing he's seen all year long. Tremendous bite. Excellent at night. Daytime fish. And a lot of this 35 to 60 pound bluefin tuna mixed in with the really big stuff. So that is absolutely fantastic. How about the Pacific Queen? Limits of bluefin tuna. 150 bluefin on a 3-day trip. And they had so many fish, 40 over 100 pounds. This is just incredible fishing here in Southern California right now. This bluefin bite is fired up and chewing up a storm. Polaris Supreme, limits of bluefin tuna out of C4 Sport Fishing. Many of the boats, if not most of the boats, in on this tremendous nighttime bluefin, and it's starting to bite in the daytime too, as evidenced by a great score on board the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing. Now, they are a full day boat. They take off at 5 a.m. and then they fish supposedly till 5 p.m. Sometimes they'll come in at 9. They work hard at this. Yesterday, on board the San Diego, 23 on the bluefin tuna. What, I ask you, is wrong with that hit? Most of that fish in the 30 to 60 pound class. There's some big ones lurking around. However, the Grande had 4 bluefin tuna. There's some of that big bonito mixed in with it, and it's close to Point Loma right now. Man, that is some darn good fishing, and we are so happy to hear it. If you're gonna fly line a bait, 30 to 40 pound fluorocarbon seems to be best of all. You want a circle hook, like a number 1 or 2 circle hook should do you fine. I'd bring some 8-ounce sinkers, 6, 8-ounce sinkers if you're gonna sinker fish, and I'd sinker fish with 80 pound. That should be just perfect for you. And if you're gonna throw a small chrome little jig, man, those can be super effective when you roll up on a foamer of fish, and you're certainly starting to see a lot of fish up on the surface. It looks so exciting, so good. I'm expecting big things today on our daytime biters. It should progress and get better and better and better. You're throwing one of those small, shiny type jigs, you're definitely gonna wanna fish at least 60. I prefer you fish 80 pound. Really great fishing. Loving what's going on. You do not need a passport when you are fishing offshore, so keep that in mind. When you fish the Coronado Islands, you definitely need one. Really great signal right now, folks, on the bluefin tuna. If you're headed to Catalina Island, or you want to even fish twilight, because the El Patron out of Long Beach Sport Fishing has added some great twilight trips out of Long Beach Sport Fishing. Keep that in mind when you go fishing to Catalina Island. Do it on the El Patron, www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Long range fishing remains excellent. 8-day trips out of San Diego are focused down there, finding some warm water down about 400 miles, sometimes a little bit further than that, and they are finding copious amounts of nice yellowfin tuna and yellowtail. It's been great fishing, limit style fishing on both species for the long range boys right now. There's been guys out at Lejos Rocks, and that bite out there has been a little bit on the scratchier side, but hopefully that's going to get going. Some years you do have like an off bite out there. Last year was fantastic. I fished out there last year, and it was great fishing on some nice grade fish nice big yellows and also yellowfin tuna. So really good stuff. Man, this water is so beautiful here this morning. It is absolutely a gorgeous sunrise here. I know it's a little overcast and a little bit hazy here this morning, but it's beautiful, flat calm, gorgeous, clean, warm water. I am loving what we're seeing. Coronado Islands, we're seeing some yellows down there in that neck of the woods. They don't want to bite that. Well, there's some good bass fishing, rockfish. You can get that done. Most of the boats, full day, guys, that fish the Coronado Islands are going offshore now. This bluefin tuna is too enticing for them. They've got to go. Boats like the Grande, Mission Bell, San Diego, all of those boys are going to be heading offshore for the most part. We'll keep our eyes on that for you very, very closely. San Clemente Island, some big yellows over there, just not a lot of them. The Fury had a couple of yellowtail over there on their most recent trip. The Thunderbird's been picking off some big halibut, some big sea bass, some big yellowtail. Lacking the numbers here recently, the last couple of days, but hopefully that'll get going again. Mostly dropper loop with a live squid down on the bottom, or fresh dead squid. Really doesn't matter all that much. We'll keep our eyes on that. Catalina Island, picking at the barracuda, occasional yellowtail, calico bass here and there. Not wide open, but pretty good variety at Cat right now. And up in the Channel Islands, can it get any better than the day that the Endeavor just had? Actually, 2 days. It was a 2-day trip, folks. This is getting ridiculous. The Endeavor, remember, Captain Daniel Hadaway ran the boat the other day and had 100 halibut. How about 120 white sea bass? Tremendous score on board the Endeavor. So happy for the folks that were on board that one. It can't get any better than that. What a score on the Endeavor. 120 on the white sea bass. Kick on there. Also 27 halibut. And you've got a trip that is a memory for a lifetime. I sincerely mean that. It can't get any better than that. $1.20 on the white sea bass. Dropper looping for those fish with a squid, fresh, dead, or live, working really well.
I'm going to show you guys how to tie a dropper loop. You just take your line, cross the two, take your two hands, cross the line like that, make a little loop, and then you tie 8 turns. Then you take the bottom of the loop, put it through the hole, kind of do it tight, and then you lick it. You got to lubricate it so that it slides. Pull it tight. We recommend using 30-pound fluorocarbon for sea bass right now. We recommend a 5.0 Aki twist hook. For a sea bass, there's no reason to tie your hook on. So you take the hook, loop your line like that, or pinch your line, put it through the eye, like that, loop it around the hook, and pull it tight.
So you could bounce an iron off the bottom and get a bite. I mean, it was full speed. I mean, a trip back in my youth where you would call in and say, hey, we had 27 halibut. People would be jumping up and down saying, oh my God, this is the greatest thing in the world. How about 120 white sea bass and 27 halibut? The Mirage yesterday had 12 white sea bass, a couple of halibut. Coral Sea up there out of Santa Barbara with 8 white sea bass and looks like 4 halibut for them. So there is some really good fishing going on in the Channel Islands. And as I've said many times, I could easily argue that that has been the best fishing anywhere here in Southern California so far this year. Man, that bluefin is starting to rival it right now. But what a great opportunity up there in the Channel Islands. We'll ride it up a little bit further, taking to Morro Bay and Avila Beach. Great rock fishing, lings and big vermilions and bocaccio and you name it, they've got it. Really great fishing going on up there. San Francisco area, we continue to see some really good fishing up there. Lovely Martha Sport Fishing, 13 anglers, 20 stripers, 20 stripers, and 8 halibut to go along with that. Nothing wrong with that. I hope those 2 nice young men are catching some fish. I hope you guys got a chance to come back and watch this. If you did, drop a comment down below and say hi. It'd be great to have you with us on a regular basis. All right, let's get back and start talking about our local bass fishing, because it has been a year to remember so far. It has been absolutely phenomenal, but it has backed off in several different areas. Could be a temporary lull. Many times that first whack that first influx of bass is the best of the year, and we're hoping that that is not the case, that it fires up again. Still decent, but it backed way off. San Diego boats picking at the sand and calico bass yesterday, where it had been absolutely wide open. It's more of a scratcher kind of bite. I'm telling you, dropping that fluorocarbon down makes all the difference in the world. Fishing 15-pound fluoro will kill it for you. Good hot chovy, and dropping that bait down and fishing, of course, with a small sliding egg sinker is a great way to make things happen. And then pumping that bait back. So you cast your bait out and then pump it back. You can also fish a dropper loop for the sand bass and do pretty good. Same thing around Dana and boats here in the LA Orange County area. Same thing yesterday. Victory, all the guys kind of just picking at it. It's still pretty good. I mean, on the Monte Carlo, I think they ended up with 80 bass or so. It just took longer to put that day together. Not as really crazy fishing as it has been, and maybe a temporary lull. I know we had a drop in water temperature over a wide area. That water temperature rebounds and warms up again, we should get right back into it. But still, a lot of scoping, rockfish, and then you have got that bass still looming as a great possibility, and hopefully it's going to fire up and bite really good again. Still scratching at it, don't get me wrong, got a really good chance to catch some local bass, but it's not what it was a couple of days ago. We'll see where it goes from here. Up there in the Santa Monica Bay, same thing, a lot of birds picking here in the surf. See these little term birds, the way they flutter like that? When they're doing that, they're looking down at bait. Man, there's a lot of these guys here. That is such a good signal. Whoa! I am loving that signal, man, for our Saturday surf fishing day. Or if you're thinking about today, you're getting the morning briefing early. Man, I'm telling you, get down here on the high tide. This looks really active. Haven't seen it this active with these white term birds for a while. There's got to be yellowfin croaker here and so much more. Let's turn our attention to the surf fishing report. And before we do, we'll point down to Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and PCH. Get all your bait, tackle for not only surf fishing, but also you can pick up everything your little heart desires for catching a sea bass or a bluefin tuna. Everything down there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. It's very active here in the Southern California surf. Down there around Bolsa Chica, really great yellowfin croaker fishing. A lot of corbina here along the coast. Also, they're in that very short water. They're going to be found right here. You can catch them. I'm talking about a few feet out. You can catch corbina. We'll catch some, I'm sure, on our Saturday event down there at Anderson Street, Pacific Coast Highway, also up at 72nd Street. I've talked to one guy who had a couple of halibut early this morning, not legal fish, but a couple of flatties there. Santa Monica Bay, Topaz Rock Jetty, a lot of corvina and a lot of corvina between the Hermosa and Manhattan Beach Pier. So we've seen some good stuff there. Huntington Beach Pier, I know I'm all over the place. Down there, a lot of sand crabs around the pier and some really good fishing for barb perch and corvina. Barb perch making a little bit of a comeback here. So really loving what we're seeing in the SoCal surf. It's been good. And we'll be down there 6 a.m. on Saturday, July the 5th. No license necessary. You don't need a license if you're fishing on the sport boats that day. So that is something to keep in mind. If you'd like to get a Freedman Adventures hat, drop by 22nd Street Landing today and pick up one of these gorgeous hats as they await you at beautiful 22nd Street Landing. Martin Padilla down there in San Diego fishing in a kayak with that nice big sand bass. Way to go, Martin. Nice catch, my man. It is so good to see you putting the wood to those nice fish down there. It's so much fun kayak fishing, so stealth, and catching a big sand bass like that is truly a great accomplishment. Way to go, Martin. I'm really happy for you. All right, my friends, we're going to continue to watch it so very closely. Jolene, way to go. So happy for you. Robert Graber, you saw Robert and those great volunteers putting back and releasing all of those white sea bass, making our fishing future so bright. Robert, I thank you so very much for doing that. And of course, we've got a lot to watch for you all. And once again, for the millions of views on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on everything we do, yesterday alone, really mind-boggling. I couldn't be more humbled and more grateful to have such a great audience and to have such a great Friedman Adventures family. Take care. Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart, and I hope to see you really, really soon.